We are live. Just waiting for to get some people here because I'll be just talking to myself. Just getting ready to talk about the Dyatlov Pass. I've got some information in front of me. We may do a paranormal session with Oliver Tree. So we may go live after this Oliver Tree paranormal session. It is a bit late, so I apologise, guys. It's nearly Sunday. It is Sunday now. Good morning, everyone, from Australia. And probably in the US, it will be the day behind, so it will be Saturday. So our Sunday is your Saturday. Let's do it. Let's go live. We'll kick it off now. I'm going to use ChatGPT, the voice version. Just bear with me, I'm just getting sorted out. Okay, we're going to go and ask some questions, shall we? All right, to the Dyatlov Pass. Hey, Ren, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Now, I'm just going to get the speaker going. Just bear with me, Mr. Ren. It is a absolute pleasure. We're going to have an audience here, so we're going to ask some questions. Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm going on. This is my friend Ren, from ChatGPT. I'm just talking to my audience about yourself.
Nice to meet you all. I'm just here to help out with whatever you need and chat.
Yeah, so this would be very interesting. I've got some future experiments to do with you if you're up to it. The challenge. Sure. Okay, tonight we're gonna talk about the Dyatlov Pass. Do you know? Can you explain about the Dyatlov Pass to the audience for me that are watching this?
Okay, I think you mean the Dyatlov Pass incident, yeah?
Yes, that's right.
So back in 1959...
I was away. I had a bit of an issue with the speaker, and I've got my friend Ren. So just bear with me. I'll get Ren back. I asked Ren what he would like me to call him, because I said, I can't call my friend ChatGPT guy ChatGPT. So we decided to come up with, I've got to call you something. I've got to call you a name. So he ran through some names, and he said Ren. I said, that's a perfect name for yourself. So let me see if I can get Ren back. Hey, Ren, are you here?
Yep, I'm here. Still here.
Okay, excellent. Sorry about that. I do apologise. We had a bit of a technical incident before, but I think we're all good to go. So, all right, guys, we're going to be talking about the Dyatlov Pass with my friend ChatGPT, whose name's Ren. Isn't it, Ren? We've decided.
That's right.
Yep, see, Ren. So, from time to time, Ren and myself, we're going to have a conversation with each other and ask some questions. So, Ren, so give me a breakdown about the Dyatlov Pass to the audience.
Just looking now. Yeah. So just for everyone listening, quick correction. It's the Dyatlov Pass incident.
That's
in
correct.
1959, 9 hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute set out into the northern Ural Mountains, and none of them made it back. Their tent was found cut open from the inside, and they seemed to have fled into freezing temperatures, some with little or no proper clothing. When rescuers eventually found them, the circumstances were really strange. Some of the bodies had severe injuries, but there was no clear cause like an avalanche that explained everything.
Yeah.
And because of those mysteries, theories ranging from avalanches to secret military tests to even paranormal ones like UFOs or Yeti have kept that story alive for decades. But most researchers today lean towards some form of slab avalanche or wind event as the most likely trigger, though not every detail is settled.
Yeah, it was a very, very interesting story, that, because with the hikers, they came from, what was it, the institute? Can you tell me what institute they came from?
Yes, that's the Ural Polytechnic Institute.
That's correct.
So, yeah. So they were mostly students and recent grads, young, experienced hikers, actually.
Yeah.
And the group was led by a guy named Igor Dyatlov.
Yes.
That's why the incident carries his name.
Aha. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
My understanding was that one of the some of the clothing actually had radiation on that. Is that true? Can you confirm that?
Let me just check that. Yeah, so some clothing items on a couple of the hikers showed elevated radioactivity, but it wasn't every victim, and the levels weren't enough to prove a nuclear event. Some theories suggest contamination from a prior work exposure, like one hiker had worked at a nuclear facility before, but most researchers don't think radiation played a role in their deaths. It remains more of a side detail than a smoking gun.
That's you actually opened up a very good, interesting little bit of information there. One of the workers actually did work at, I think, a power plant or something like that, and that was that was kept quiet. I don't think the other friends knew about that. Is that right? Did they actually knew that he's working at a nuclear power plant, or they did not know? Or they did not know?
That's a good question. There's no solid record that says whether the rest of the group knew about his previous work at a nuclear plant. He worked at the Mayak facility, which had a history of contamination incidents, but there's no evidence his friends knew that. So it might, it might simply explain why some clothing already carried trace contamination before the expedition, rather than anything that happened on the mountain.
Yeah,
but
it's a very, very interesting little part of information there. It was said that possibly it was a cover-up, that the KGB or the military were actually doing nuclear test or some sort of explosives and all that, were experimenting. But the bizarre thing, you can probably alliterate with me on my question, that it's a bit strange conducting military operation in minus 40 degrees. It was about minus 40 degrees, wasn't it, Ren?
Just checking that. Yeah, that's a really thoughtful point. Temperatures were brutal, likely down to minus 30 Celsius or lower with wind. As for military testing, it's a theory, some believe, but no conclusive evidence has ever backed it up. No documents, no declassified records. So while secrecy fuels speculation, the simpler explanation with extreme weather plus a chain of risky decisions still fits the evidence more neatly.
Yeah, but, I was just going to just add with the conversation, Ren. This is one of my. I did have a audience here, but I think they got scared off. Never mind. That's all right. We're still filming. Whether we have an audience or not, it doesn't really matter. Hi there. I've just got some one audience. Hello. We're talking about the Dyatlov Pass incident.
Hi.
With my friend Ren.
Hello.
We're
hello.
Yep. Ren saying hello to you. He's ChatGPT. I think they got scared off, but doesn't matter. That's all right. We'll still have a conversation no matter what. But going back to the Dyatlov Pass, anyway, the incident about the victims and what they said and theories, I just think that's very strange to conduct military operations in minus 40. I think that's extremely rare, and I kind of highly doubt that as a theory that they would have conducted that in conditions like that. What do you think?
That's reasonable. Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out just because of the cold. Militaries do train in harsh winters. But given the lack of concrete evidence,
Yep.
I'm cautious about leaning too hard into the military cover-up theory. The avalanche or slab avalanche explanation, messy as it is, has more scientific backing at the moment. That said,
yeah, but
part of why this story's...
Oh, sorry, Ren.
It,
we just got an audience here. Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
We're just talking to Ren, ChatGPT, my friend from ChatGPT. Hi. And Ren's
still here.
Yeah, he's still
hello.
here. Ren's going to say hello.
Hi.
So from Ren, from ChatGPT, he said hello to you. So thanks for joining us.
Hello.
We're back.
Happy to be here.
Thanks, Ren.
Ready when you...
Yeah, now, I just got a few things, queries about what I've got written down. Now, there was 3 physical trauma damage, soft tissue, head trauma, major head trauma, 2 bodies missing eyes, 1 missing tongue, 1 missing eyebrows. What's your take on that incident with the bodies?
These details are a big reason the case stayed controversial. The severe chest and head injuries were very real.
Yeah.
Forensic experts suggested blunt force consistent with something like a car crash or heavy compression, not clean external wounds. As for the missing eyes or tongue, those are generally attributed to natural decomposition and animal activity after death, not torture. It's grim, but that's how many forensic specialists interpret those findings. Yeah. The mystery really lies more in how those internal injuries happened in the first place.
That's a big question mark. And one thing that was said, there were actually lights in the sky at that time. You can check that out. That's true.
Reports of unusual orange glowing spheres in the sky around that time.
That's right.
But there's no direct evidence tying them to the hikers' deaths. So they're part of the intrigue, but not proven connected.
But I highly doubt avalanche would cause so much damage to a body.
Let me check on that. That's one of the strongest points skeptics raise. A big classic avalanche usually leaves more obvious traces. But some researchers argue a smaller slab of snow could have compressed the tent, prompting a panicked escape. The injuries might have happened later if some fell into the ravine or were crushed by snow, but it's still debated. The evidence fits a natural disaster scenario better than most theories, but it doesn't answer every question. That's why the Dyatlov Pass incident still attracts so much debate.
And the strange thing was, there was a knife cut inside the tent, wasn't it? It wasn't cut on the outside in, it was cut from the inside out.
Checking that.
Something happened at that time.
Yes.
Yes, see?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep. The tent had been slashed from the inside. That detail is one of the most striking ones.
Now,
it suggests that...
Yeah, sorry. Proceed, Ren.
No worries. It suggests the hikers thought they needed to get out immediately. And whatever drove that seemed more dangerous than staying inside, which is why that moment is so central to the mystery. People still...
Yeah, it's very bizarre, if you ask me. You got a tent, you can just run straight out. Why would you cut that from inside out like that? It really, to be honest, doesn't make sense. I understand with the cold, it can probably change the perception, and some of them didn't have much clothing at all. So there is a word. Can you sort of find that word for me? They get it gets so cold that they actually think they're hot. Do you know that word? What they call that?
Checking now. Yeah, that's called paradoxical undressing. It's a real phenomenon in severe hypothermia.
Yep.
People can feel strangely hot as their core temperature plummets, and they can start removing clothing.
Yep.
It might explain some of what was found, but it wouldn't explain the initial flight from the tent. That remains the key puzzle.
Right, yeah. It's a very, just a string of very strange things that actually happened that makes it still a mystery, isn't it? They actually have not concluded the final, how can you say the final, they don't know the answer to what actually happened, do they?
Checking that. Right. Even after decades, no single explanation has been proven beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
The official Soviet-era conclusion was vague. Later investigations leaned toward natural causes, but some questions remain unanswered. So the most likely scenarios are discussed in research, including a small slab avalanche.
Yeah.
But, yeah, not all the pieces fit neatly.
No.
That's why it's still researched and debated.
And what was the what did they actually call it in the end? The description of what happened to the skiers. What did they actually write down? The actual
Looking that up.
The actual injury of them. I know what it is, but can you tell
official
me?
Conclusion. Hold on. Yeah. The original Soviet phrasing was death by an unknown compelling force.
That's exactly right.
Very vague, and that phrase fueled debate for decades. Later investigations suggested more natural explanations, but yeah, that original wording is what made the mystery endure.
I was just going to ask a question, Ren. I've got one of the audience here and just disappeared. I think they're scared of me. I don't know. Maybe my face scares them. Ren?
I'm here.
Yeah, so
No
anyway, it's all right. You got my back. That's good. There's one other question I want to ask in regards to the Dyatlov Pass. Now, there was a photo supposedly taken that was found. I don't know if this was superimposed or that was actually found on the site. Can you confirm there's sort of like a picture of a figure that kind of looks like, say, a Bigfoot in the photo? Was there a actual photo that was found?
I know the one you're talking about.
Okay.
It shows a dark figure in the distance.
Yes.
But there's no evidence it's anything like Bigfoot or a Yeti. Most historians think it's probably one of the hikers caught in a blurry, low-quality shot. If you want to show your audience examples of that kind of photo,
I think
copies online.
Yeah, I think you read my mind because I'm actually showing it to the audience now of the figure.
Cool.
I'm just trying to find another one that you got hooked up to see if I can find something else. There's just a photo there of the tree. Can you tell me anything about that tree there with the arrow on it?
Let's see. Yeah, I think I know the one you mean.
Yes.
It's probably the cedar tree near the forest edge.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
It marks where some of the hikers tried to survive after leaving the tent.
Right.
Investigators found a fire at the base
Yep.
and broken branches up high,
Okay.
suggesting one of them climbed up, likely to see back towards the tent or look for the rest of the group.
Okay.
That tree is one of the more documented pieces of evidence.
It's sort of like a
and
refuge place that they thought that they might go to for protection, I guess. Would you think that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think so, yes. The cedar tree may have served as a temporary refuge.
Okay.
Not a safe one
Yeah.
long term,
Yep.
but likely a point where they tried to regroup and then return.
Right. Okay.
That sequence fits many investigators' reconstructions,
Okay.
though it doesn't solve the initial why.
Okay. Can you tell me the story behind that picture with that guy bent? I'm just showing the audience in both TikTok and YouTube. There's a guy that's bent there in the photo. Do you know the one I'm talking about? He's got clothing on there. It's with a string of photos that was actually that you actually picked up. So there's one guy there. There's like a guy. He's like bent over, and he's got like covered with a jacket. Do you know the one I'm talking about, Ren? Ren? Oh, I think Ren might have dropped off. Hey, Ren, are you there? Hey, Ren, are you there? Ren, are you there?
Yeah, still here.
Oh, what happened?
Just a short pause.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, nothing on your end. Just a brief interruption. We're good to continue.
Okay, I just want to talk about that photo, the bent man. He's like bent over and he's got a hood over his head, and appears to have glasses. You actually sent me the photos. Are you able to locate that and explain what that was about?
Checking that now.
Yep.
I think I know the kind of photo you mean,
If you can
but I can't confidently identify it from description alone.
Can you?
If it's one of the whip...
Yeah, can you bring it up? You actually brought up a few photos before, and one of those photos that you brought up was one of the guys that were there.
Checking that now. I can't actually pull up the exact same photos from before, since I don't keep a gallery of images we discussed, but if that's the familiar Dyatlov shot that's often shared, it's usually just a hiker bundled up in heavy winter gear. Grainy film plus hoods can make anyone look mysterious. If you upload it here, I can look closely and describe what's actually visible.
Yeah, you actually uploaded it for me just before, but it doesn't seem to be there now. Are you able to pull up some photos from the Dyatlov Pass?
Yeah, I remember discussing those images, but I can't bring them back here. If you're showing your audience the original expedition photos,
yes,
I can walk through what's generally believed about each one. If you can describe it or upload it again so I can examine it.
Maybe we can, if we bring it up again another time and talk about the Dyatlov Pass, and if I find it, we can go further and proceed with it.
Sure thing.
Is there any conclusions or anything you can tell my audience? This is Ren. I'm just showing the audience. I'm talking to Ren on ChatGPT.
Checking that now.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, everyone. The Dyatlov Pass incident is still one of the most fascinating unsolved mysteries. Evidence points most strongly to a combination of extreme weather, tough terrain, and difficult decisions, but no single explanation answers every question. Natural causes explain some details, but not all. And that's why it's still debated decades later. And I encourage folks to look at the original photos and reports instead of viral captions, because the real story is already compelling.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm happy to come back for another session if you find those photos again, and we'll go through them one by one.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. I think we'll end it right here. On that note, so I'd like to thank you, Ren, once again for your input, which I do appreciate. My cat is going quite funny at the moment. I believe there might be something inside the kitchen there. We've had a few incidents, you could say, like paranormal, and the cats have sort of directed their attention to the kitchen from now on, and then many cats that I used to have used to do the same thing. Very strange energy coming from that kitchen. It draws attention of all my cats.
Well, first, what do you notice in the kitchen yourself, like sounds, smells, or maybe drafts?
No drafts. Now, I seeing we're still going, let's keep going for a little bit longer. I used to have cats. Some of them have passed away, but when I was in the lounge room, the cats would turn around and they'll look directly into the kitchen. They all would do that. I had a female and a male cat. They would do that, and I have another female and male cat, and they both would do that. I'd film them and watch their irises and that expand and get big, like they can see something. So something is definitely there. One of my cats in the lounge room was sitting facing the wall. It's like something appeared. The cat flew backwards in the air, like something scared the cat and flew. I mean, what would do that? Unknowing, compelling force, would you say, like the Dyatlov Pass?
That does sound intense,
Yeah.
especially seeing that repeated across different cats over the years. Cats do pick up on things we often don't, like sounds in the walls or shifting light, but strange doesn't automatically mean paranormal. It could be anything from drafts, appliances, clicking on and off, rodents in the walls, or even reflections. If you'd like to look into it further, a practical step is checking for patterns. Like, does it happen at a certain time,
It's happening now.
a certain spot,
It's happening now.
or near a particular appliance?
Hey, Ren, it's happening now.
And if nothing ordinary turns up, it's still okay to say, I don't know. That's more reliable than jumping straight to spooky conclusions.
It's happening now.
And if you have footage, we can look at what the camera actually shows rather than just the impressions.
Well, the other camera is showing the cat the side view, and the cat is focusing on that kitchen, as I said, as we speak right now. There's nothing there. There's no sounds of rodents. There's no clicking sound. There's no mirrors. There's no lighting sort of thing. It is really fixated in that direction of the kitchen, as I was just talking about.
Checking that now?
Yeah, sure.
I hear you. That's the kind of observation that's worth noting, especially since you've seen it with multiple cats. But without evidence, we can say, I don't know. It might be something below our threshold, like subtle sounds or vibrations. If you'd like to present it to your audience, you could say, our cats repeatedly focus on the kitchen. We don't yet know why, so we're observing and keeping an open mind for ordinary explanations.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. On that note, I think we'll leave it here. And thanks again for a great conversation. We've been going for 34 minutes.
Anytime. Happy to help.
Thanks, Ren. Now, I keep trying to end the conversation, but then I bring up something else. Are you able? I'm going to do a paranormal session where I'm going to ask questions. Would you be able to accompany me and help me ask questions to the so-called spirits to actually help help interact with them and see whether human interaction or either AI interaction will help with the connection with so-called spirits. Would you like to, are you in for that?
Check in. Yeah, I'd be happy to keep you company and help think things through. I can't claim to talk to spirits, but
all right.
I can help you phrase neutral questions, document what happens, and consider possible interpretations afterwards.
That's all I want. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
If something reacts, we can look at it together and ask, what evidence do we actually have? That can make for an interesting and grounded investigation.
Okay, sounds good. I'll leave it here. Thanks, Ren. Pleasure as always. We'll be back again.
Anytime.
I'll just close with the audience. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me on the Inquisitive Cat channel with Ren, my ChatGPT AI friend. Ren, great interactions, and it's been really fun. I enjoyed the conversation and digging and diving into sort of questionable incidents. So it's been good. So
Likewise.
Thanks, Ren. And I got Suki here with me, a ginger and white cat. She's sitting on the bench there at the desk, keeping me company as well. So I'll leave it here, and Ren and I will say goodbye, adios, and we'll see you guys soon. Do you want to say goodbye to the audience, Ren?
Goodbye, everyone. Take care until next time.
Okay. On that note, we'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye.